topic is for each Goswami is that we can talk about for multiple hours, multiple days. But for the next 40-45 minutes or so, I'm going to condense it and try to present as much as I can. So let's start with Jaya Radha Madhava. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridhari.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana.
Yashodanandana Brajana Ranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
So let's do Mangalachan prayers. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Nimitam Nena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gada Mayam Dadati Sva Padantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Bhadan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhantam. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Desha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srila Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, why follow the footsteps of 6 Goswamis, right? So I found this in the preface of Nectar of Instruction. This is by
Title. Yeah. Good.
So here Srila Prabhupada says, when I'm eager to understand the literature given by the Goswamis, then I should be able to understand the transcendental loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in order to bestow upon human society the benedictions of the signs of Krishna. The most exalted of all the activities of Lord Krishna are his pastimes of conjugal love with the gopis. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the mood of Radharani, the best of the gopis. Therefore, to understand the mission of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and follow in his footsteps, one must very seriously follow in the footsteps of the six Goswamis, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Bhatta Raghunatha, Sri Jiva, Gopal Bhatta, and Dasa Raghunatha. So somebody is new here. So who are the Goswamis? Here on the altar, the Vaishnava Acharyas, the rightmost, there is a small picture with six personalities. So those are the six personalities. It's behind the drums, behind the drums. So that six personality is what I'm going to be talking about today on a very high level. So there's a lot more to discuss, and each verse has you can bring in thousands of realization meanings and draw a lot of discussion topics there. But I've been like hearing multiple classes and reading about. So this is what I thought is relevant for me and thought of would share it, right? So the essence of Shat Goswami Ashtakam is like, first verse is you are praying to be non-envious and improve your relationships. There are multiple things you can gain from each verse, but to keep it very simple, I'm just saying like couple of things that interest me, right? So the second one is scrupulously study Srila Prabhupada books and our Acharya books as well. Third one is understand to take our Guru's instructions seriously. Fourth one is gradually reduce attachment towards material possessions. Fifth verse, develop taste for visiting Vrindavan with proper mood. Sixth verse is performance measured is equal to performance improved. Seventh verse, improve quality of chanting, sadhana and service. And fifth verse is elevate the mood of executing Krishna consciousness. So the spiritual progress or spiritual growth is a spiral, right? So probably you are starting in the step 1, and then probably you are entering with some anarthas, impurities, enviousness, and so that keeps improving as you go through this journey. And every time you improve, you'll be able to understand Prabhupada books more, you'll be able to take Guru's instructions more seriously. Then you will slowly start increasing your energy towards the spiritual growth or devotional service and less on the material aspects. And then you will also, your mood for visiting Vrindavan would change, right? Like first time you see Vrindavan, you are like not relishing it. You start distracted about the commercialization of Vrindavan. As you read and as you learn more, the subsequent times you visit Vrindavan, your consciousness is different, your mood is different. And then also your sadhana, a lot of us, we discuss about quality versus quantity and why so many counts. So all those you will start understanding, you'll get improvement there. And that will result into quality of chanting service. And once you incrementally and iteratively develop, then every time you get better at executing your Krishna consciousness. So this is what I thought after studying these 8 verses, I took it from that, and we will try to talk in that theme here. This is verse 1. So Sat Goswami Ashtakam is written by Srinivas Acharya. My first class for the Sunday feast, I started off with talking about Srinivas Acharya. And in the next slide, I'll give a brief about who is Srinivas Acharya and what's the position in our disciple succession. So he wrote 5 songs and a commentary about Srimad Bhagavatam's Chaturshloki. So of the 5 songs, this Shat Goswami Ashtakam is the most popular one. So he glorifies the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, and we are going to sing those songs. So I will say the words at the end. Based on the timing, I've asked Kirti to recite the whole song as well. So verse 1. Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Baro Premamrutam Bodhini Dhira Dhira Jana Priyakaro Nirmat Saro Pujitao Shri Chaitanya Kripa Baro Bhuvibhavo Bhara Vadankarako Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalaka. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are always engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and dancing. They are just like the ocean of love of God, and they are popular with both gentle and with ruffians, because they are not envious of anyone. Whatever they do, they are all pleasing to everyone, and they are fully blessed by Lord Chaitanya. Thus, they are engaged in missionary activities meant to deliver all the conditioned souls in the material universe. So the ones that I have highlighted are the ones that I'm going to talk about. So just to keep it brief. So before I talk more about, so this is our Chaitanya Charitamrita's, the family tree. Again, this I took from the CC Compact class from School of Bhakti by Swami Bhagavan Keshav Maharaj's school. So from a Gaudiya Vaishnava perspective, we worship Sri Chaitanya Prabhu as our as a Lord. Right? He basically, Radha and Krishna descended in this Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he came into this world to demonstrate about devotion. Right? He himself is a Lord, but he came as a devotee himself, and then he demonstrated how to perform devotion service. And his 6 disciples, right? I would say the first generation of disciples are the Goswamis. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. So Mahaprabhu entrusted these Goswamis to document all his teachings and actually form the Krishna consciousness movement, right? Form an organization and form that movement. And then the next 3 disciples of the next generation are Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivas Acharya, and Smaranam Pandit. These 3 were Siksha disciples of Jiva Goswami, and Srinivas Acharya was the Diksha disciple of Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And also, I think in January or February, I spoke about Gopal Bhatta Goswami as well. So last year I gave 2 classes on Srinivas Acharya, and this year I gave Gopal Bhatta Goswami. Just to complete that loop, we are going to talk about one of his creations, is Sad Goswami Ashtaka. So the things that I took from there, from the first verse is give up envy, right? So in Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, second verse, it says, right, Srimad Bhagavat Purana profound the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart, right? So for us to even understand our own scriptures, our first thing we have to do is start cleansing our heart, right? So it's not like, okay, I have to stop, I have to cleanse my heart and then read my scriptures, but it is like both ways, right? It's a progressive thing. As you read scriptures, it helps in cleansing your heart as well. So again, in Bhagavad Gita verse 9.1, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna here says, my dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart you the most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. So again, for those of you who are new, so Bhagavad Gita is a song of God. Krishna is our God. He himself spoke these. This book is called Bhagavad Gita. There is a copy here. We can share with you in another class. So the God is speaking to Arjuna, one of his disciples, his friends, who is a warrior. It's a battleground, and this Gita is sung or spoken during that battle, before the start of the battle. So there are like 18 chapters. This is the first verse in the 9th chapter where Krishna refers to, since you are non-envious of me, right? There are very different verses of Gitas are available, but Bhagavad Gita as it is the one that we follow, because it's said that a lot of people who give commentaries about Bhagavad Gita are not fully non-envious of Lord Krishna. They are envious of Krishna. So if somebody has some envy about somebody, they'll not be able to represent them properly. They will not say what they said as it is, right? They will be a little bit of tinged of their own understanding and mix the philosophy. So that's why it's also said our Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita is Bhagavad Gita as it is, because Prabhupada doesn't have any envy to Lord Krishna. And also Bhagavad Gita 12th chapter, 13-14 verse, Lord Krishna, where he describes about devotional service, he talks about the virtues, right? So here, one who is not envious but is very kind to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence fixed on me, such a pure devotee of mine is very dear to me. So these are all some instances where in the scriptures is explained about importance of not being envious, and Goswamis demonstrate that, right? Because they were non-envious, they were very popular, and their interaction with both ruffians and soft people were the same, right? Like if you heard about their experience when they were in the Mughal rules, right? How they dealt with them and so forth. So even with, and there are a lot of pastimes about Sanatana Goswami's interaction with Rajavasis and all that. So because of non-enviousness, they were very popular and so forth, right? So and also this reason is one of the reasons why they were also blessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so they could understand his instructions and be able to document those. So this first verse is also an example of that demonstration of one of the instructions of Srila Sanatana Goswami that Mahaprabhu gave to 6 Goswamis. So I told about Mahaprabhu came to demonstrate, and he used 6 Goswamis to document, right? And not only document and also create this movement, he gave some instructions to them, right? So this instruction to Srila Sanatana Goswami, you can see this in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antyalila 478 to 82. I'm not going to read all this, but basically the backdrop here is Sanatana Goswami comes to Jagannath Puri to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the second time, I think. So the first time they met was at Ramakeli, and then second time Sanatana Goswami met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Varanasi, and this is the third time he's coming to meet in Jagannath Puri. So on the way, Sanatana Goswami drinks some water and he gets very sick. His body has so much injuries and the blood and pasa oozing out from the skin and so forth. And then Mahaprabhu goes and hugs him, right? So then he feels so bad about it, and he's saying, I want to actually give up my body, right? So then Mahaprabhu says, your body is not your property, it is my property. How can you destroy others' property, right? So I have so many things to accomplish through your body in Vrindavan, and because of my order of my mother, his mother, when he took sannyas, his mother said, no, you don't go to Vrindavan, at least stay nearer to me, which is in Jagannath Puri. So I'm going to send Goswamis to Vrindavan so that you can finish all my desire, right? So the four main aspects instructions are in 479 and 480. Is that you shall have to ascertain the basic principles of a devotee, devotional service, love of Godhead, Vaishnava duties, and Vaishnava characteristics. So the verse 1 exemplifies the first instruction here. Then you will also have to explain Krishna's devotional service, establish centers for cultivation of love of Krishna, excavate lost places of pilgrimage, and teach people how to adopt to renounced honor, right? So that's where the second verse naturally gets into, right? They read the scriptures and write the books, and establishing temples and and those we will cover next month for Radharaman's appearance. And the second one I thought is interesting here is relationships. So if you look at 6 Goswamis, Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami came from Karnataka. Gopal Bhatta Goswami came from Tamil Nadu. And Raghunath Das Goswami came from Bengal. And Raghunath Bhatta Goswami came from Varanasi. So they were not in one same place. They had diverse culture. They all came together. But if you read more about their interaction and so forth, you'll be amazed. They are much more than a family. Right? So that's why in Kunti Maharani's prayer, there's a verse 1841. To cut off my family affection means to, like he says, O Lord of universe, soul of the universe, O personality or form of universe, please therefore sever my ties of affection for my kinsmen and the Pandavas and the Vrishnis. In that purport, Srila Prabhupada gives Goswamis as an example. Right? So again, I don't want to go into the details. We can talk about relationships in a separate topic as well. So the second verse, Nana Shastra Vicharanaka Nipanau Sadharma Samstapakau Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manyo Saranyakaro Radha Krishna Padaravindam Svajana Nindena Matkaliko Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Gopalaka. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizing study all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing external religious principles for the benefits of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. So, the essence of all scriptures is in Goswami's books, right? Sad Goswami Ashtakam doesn't have Srila Prabhupada's purport in it, I believe. But this verse, Srila Prabhupada wrote a purport in 1.3. Okay? Anyway, because of time, I don't want to go to the details. So here, brought various scriptures to Vrindavan. So they brought all these scriptures to Vrindavan. They collected the essence of these by compiling various scriptures on devotional service and also the rasa. Right? So I try to capture some of the books written by the Goswamis. This is not an exhaustive list. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita, even Kaviraj Goswami says they have written countless books. It's not easy to count. Right? They have written with all the 6 Goswamis more than 100,000 verses describing how to practice devotional service in a very practical way. So Sanatan Goswami, examples is Hari Bhakti Vilas, Vaishnava Toshni, Dasamathipani, Pragat Prahatamrita, Vaishnava Smriti. Sri Rupa Goswami, the most popular ones are Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and Nectar of Instruction, as well Ujjvala Nilamani, and there's so many other books, right? Padyavali and so much. Jiva Goswami is Sandarbhas, Gopal Shampoo, and there are more than 25 other books he has written. Gopal Bhatta Goswami, we talked about these 2 or 3 books, and he also wrote some commentaries about Sandarbhas as well. And Gopal Bhatta Goswami helped Sanatan Goswami to compile Hari Bhakti Vilas. In addition to these books, Srila Rupa Goswami wrote 2 dramas, right? Like so, Vidagdha Madhav and Lalita Madhav. So Rupa Goswami was going to write 1 drama, and when he was traveling to Jagannath Puri to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Satyabhama came in his dream and said, "Oh no, you cannot write 1 drama. The Krishna are 2 different moods, one in Vrindavan and in Dwarka. So you have to write 2." So Rupa Goswami was contemplating on that, and then when he met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Puri, Mahaprabhu also gave him the same instruction. There are two Krishnas. One Krishna is in Vrindavan, and then the other Krishna is in Dwarka. So you have to write as two different dramas. So that's why those two dramas are there. So actually I'm in Bhakti Sadachar course, and I was, these two slides I added this morning. They were talking about Mahaprabhu's instruction to Sanatan Goswami to write Vaishnava Smriti. This Vaishnava Smriti is about, it's like, so let me just quickly read a couple of things here. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, whenever you want to do, you will be able to correctly by Krishna's favor, he will manifest the real purpose. Because you asked me for a synopsis, please hear these few indications. So when Mahaprabhu told Sanatan Goswami, you have to write books, Sanatan Goswami said, I am not qualified to write books, please instruct me how to write those books. And then this is what the instruction, right? So the beginning, one must take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. So in your book, there should be characteristics of the bona fide guru and the bona fide disciple. This is one instruction, right? Like the first instruction I would say to, and then Sanatan Goswami goes on describing more about that. And also Sadachar, right? He also asked him to write about Vaishnava etiquette, and this Sanatan Goswami writes in Hari Bhakti Vilas. A lot of details of that, both Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Sanatan Goswami have compiled that together. So the next one is, how did the Goswamis get the mood of gopis, right? It's like, in simple terms, I was hearing about this class from Swami Bhagavan Kesha Maharaj. He put this mood of gopis in a very simple term, right? Like, so Uddhava, Krishna sends Uddhava to Vrindavan to check on how the gopis are doing, and if they are suffering with separation and so forth, give them a message that they can remember about their past lives with Krishna so they can be all happy. So Uddhava comes to Vrindavan and then he says, oh, Krishna has a message so that you can remember about him. So for that, the gopis said, are you mad or what? We are trying to forget this person and we cannot forget him, right? And then another occasion, these gopis were discussing with each other what kind of dreams you had. In my dream, Krishna did this and all. And they asked Radharani, and Radharani said, I couldn't even sleep because I've been constantly thinking about Krishna. So there is no question of dreams. So in simple terms, that's the mood of gopis, right? They are the topmost followers of Krishna consciousness. So they always remember Krishna and they don't forget Krishna, right? So now similar mood is what Goswamis are also having. So how is that? Is basically we need to understand the position of these gopis in their spiritual world. This has been done by Kavi Karnpur in his book, Shri Gaura Ganodesha Deepika. Kavi Karnapur is a son of Shivananda Sen, who is a close associate of Mahaprabhu. When his wife was pregnant, they got the blessings of Mahaprabhu and they said, you have to give him a name. So they brought to Mahaprabhu the baby and he named him as Paramananda Das initially. And then jokingly he said he will be also Puri Das. And when they put the baby to get the blessings, he went and sucked the thumb of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it said that he got all the blessings because of that action. So later on, when he was 7 years old, Mahaprabhu told him to say Hare Krishna. But Puridas, he would refuse to repeat that. And then Swarup Damodar Goswami would say, since you have given him the mantra, it's not, a disciple should not repeat in public, so that's why he is not repeating. So after that, they said, okay, why don't you say a verse or say glorify? So he immediately composed a verse, and that's why his name was Kavi Karnapur. Right? Kavi means poetry. Karna is ear, and Pur is earphone. Right? Like so. That is how he got that name. Um, and he did not disclose his identity in his book itself, but there's another book which talks about his position himself. So that's based on that. I try to put this chart. So we all know Radha and Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this, and there are 8 Sakhis, right? Ashta Sakhis are there. Of those, Vishaka and Lalita. So we were saying Mangalacharan prayers, and they said under the leadership of Lalita and Vishaka, right? So they are the leaders of the Sakhis. And under Lalita Sakhi, there were Manjaris. And Rupa Manjari is the leader of all the Manjaris. So Manjaris are none other than the young cowherd girls, pre-blossom girls. So what happens is when Radha and Krishna are doing their intimate pastimes, even the Sakhis are not present there because they are shy, but the Manjaris are allowed to come in, right? So basically the Manjaris are the ones who are helping and setting up the facilities for their pastimes. Like you would have seen the swing in the pictures, right? Putting the garlands around the swing and making the arrangements. So the Manjaris were so close to Radha and Krishna that they can understand what their needs are, and without even being asked, they would go and help them. They would give them betel leaf, and they will give all the arrangements without even being asked. So that is the top class devotee or a disciple. Without a spiritual masters, they understanding what the spiritual master's needs are and doing it automatically. So Rupa Manjari came as Rupa Goswami, and this reference is number 180 in the book Ganadesha Deepika. And I also talked about the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu branch. That's the 44th branch, the Chaitanya tree, and there is a branch. There are several branches, all his associates. So this book talks about all his associates, what their positions in the spiritual world. Lavanga Manjari came as Sanatan Goswami. Vilasa Manjari came as Jiva Goswami. Rasa Manjari came as Raghunath Das Goswami. Ananga Manjari came as Gopal Bhatta Goswami. And Raga Manjari came as Raghunath Bhatta Goswami. Vishaka Sakhi came as Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami. And Lalita Sakhi came as Ramananda Rai. Both Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai were very, very close associates of Mahaprabhu, and Mahaprabhu also used Goswamis to start that mission. So in this reference to the spiritual master and disciple, I heard in one of the lectures, Tamal Krishna Goswami and Srila Prabhupada, right? Like the same as with Srila Prabhupada would think, oh, it would be good if I have a glass of milk. Even without saying, Tamal Krishna Maharaj would bring him the milk, it seems. Srila Prabhupada would look at the window, and then Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj would know that, oh, Prabhupada wants to open the window. So he'll go and open the window. So Prabhupada was so impressed by his service, and then he got up once and hugged him and said, you are like my real son. You really understood my needs, and you even served me before even I asked you. So I thought this is a good one to say. There is a verse in Srimad Bhagavatam where it says, a son who acts by anticipating what his father wants him to do is first class. One who acts upon receiving his father's orders is second class, and who executes his father's order irreverently is third class. But a son who refuses his father's orders like his father's do. Right? So this is 9:1844. Just a reference there. So verse 3, somebody wants to recite this? Yeah, keep going.
Shri Gauranga Kunana Varnana Vidau Shatya Samriti Anvitau Paputa Panikrintanam Tanumpitam Govinda Ganamitai. Anandam Buddhivamekanipanam Kavantu Nishtarakam Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyuga Shri Jiva Gopalakam.
Thank you. Just for the sake of time, I want to skip the translation. We can go there to talk about a little bit more there. So, understanding of Mahaprabhu, right? So, maybe I'll just quickly read. So who are very much enriched in understanding of Lord Chaitanya and who are thus experts in narrating his transcendental qualities. And then the second point I want to talk about is savior of living entities from the devouring mouth of liberation. So in the Mangalacharan, we sang this verse, right? Sri Chaitanya Mano Bishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam. So here it says, when will Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, who has established within this material world the mission to fulfill the desire of Lord Chaitanya, give me shelter under his lotus feet. So every day when we sing Mangalacharan prayers or when we Sri Rupa Goswami's pranam, there itself we are saying they understood the desire of Mahaprabhu. Okay. So there are a couple of incidents or a couple of pastimes between Goswamis and Mahaprabhu that I would like to narrate here. So I was talking about the conversation about the drama and so forth with Mahaprabhu. So when Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, he used to go and take darshan of Lord Jagannath, and he would always sing this particular verse. Right? The meaning of this, I'll just read this verse, right? That very personality who stole away my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the same moonlit nights of the month of Chitra. The same fragrance of Malati flowers is there, and the same sweet breezes are blowing from the Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I'm also the same lover, yet my mind is not happy here. I'm eager to go back to that place on the bank of Reva, under the Vetasi tree. That is my desire. So nobody understood what Mahaprabhu was saying here. It's like a mundane attraction between an young boy and a young girl, right? So every time Mahaprabhu recites, nobody understands or nobody even asked Mahaprabhu, what are you trying to say here? Only there were two people who understood, was Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami happened to be there. And when Rupa Goswami or Sanatan Goswami, they come to Jagannath Puri, they actually don't go inside the temple. They stay at Haridas Thakur's home. So Haridas Thakur, his picture is here. Because Haridas Thakur was Muslim and Sanatan Goswami and Rupa Goswami served under a Muslim ruler, they didn't want it to go disturb and cause things by entering into the temple and so forth. They were very humble and so they would just stay in Haridas Thakur's home, and Mahaprabhu would come and visit them. So one day what happened, Rupa Goswami actually was hearing this verse that Mahaprabhu sang, and then he wrote down another verse in a leaf, and then he put it in the hut, in the thatch of the hut, and he left to take a bath. Mahaprabhu comes there, and then he notices what is there, and then he picks up that leaf, and then he reads this verse. And then he becomes an ecstatic symptoms. And then when Rupa Goswami comes back, he immediately he falls down at the feet of Mahaprabhu and gets his blessing. Mahaprabhu then takes Rupa Goswami in his lap and slaps him gently. He just basically say, how did you know what I was thinking? Right? I've been telling teaching this to so many people. Not many people understood. You're the only one who has understood. Even without me telling what I am thinking in my mind, you understood that and you completed the verse, right? So the verse here is what spoken by this 176 is what Rupa Goswami actually wrote, right? My dear friend, now I have met my very old and dear friend Krishna on this field of Kurukshetra. I am the same Radharani, and now we are meeting together. It was very pleasant, but still I would like to go to the bank of Yamuna beneath the trees of the forest there. I wish to hear the vibration of his sweet flute playing the fifth note within the forest of Vrindavan. So this is basically, they just wanted to go back to Vrindavan. Their thought was they are meeting in Kurukshetra, but now they want to go back to Vrindavan and be in the past. So that's what their thing is going on. Mahaprabhu's, in his mind, this is what his desire was. And so Rupa Goswami could understand this, and then he wrote this verse. The second one is Sanatan Goswami's interaction with Mahaprabhu. This is second time when they met in Varanasi in Chandrasekhar Acharya's home. So Sanatan Goswami, he had to escape from the prison, and then he walked all the way and came to Varanasi. So he was already like wearing tattered clothes and was like a Muslim attire. But he had a woolen blanket, costly woolen blanket given by his brother-in-law on the way. So anyway, I'm cutting short the pastime there. So when Sanatan Goswami was taking blessings from Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu would constantly look at the shawl. And then Sanatan Goswami understood, right? Without even Mahaprabhu telling, he's like, okay, this is my last attachment of a material thing. I want to give it up. So next day he goes to the bank of river and he exchanges that with another Vaishnava with a much more torn shawl, and then he comes and Mahaprabhu is so happy that you really understood what I was thinking, right? So there are so many, so like I'm not reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, you would relish the loving exchange between Mahaprabhu and all his associates throughout the books. That's really good. So because I was reading these verses, I just sat down and read everything before and after, and it was so absorbing to read these. And then the next one I wanted to talk about here is liberation versus devotional service. So generally, from a material aspect, we tend to think that liberation is what we want to achieve, right? We want to merge with the God and so forth. But that really, we get stuck in there because we wouldn't make progress with devotional service, right? Devotional service is about serving the Lord and not about merging with the Lord himself. So here is another pastime between Raghunath Bhatta Goswami and Mahaprabhu. Again, there are several, this is a whole pastime. I'm just taking a small instance in the pastime there. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami was coming from Varanasi to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. On the way, there was one Vaishnava called Ramadas Vishwash. So he's a learned scholar. He said, you look like a good Brahmin, I want to serve you, and he even massaged his feet, he would carry his bag on his head, and then he's a Rama Bhakta, right? He would be chanting the holy names of Ram all the time when they were walking through the forest. And when they reached Jagannath Puri, Mahaprabhu gave Raghunath Bhatta Goswami to serve in the kitchen, cook for him and all that, right? He stayed there for 8 months. So one day Raghunath Bhatta Goswami asked Mahaprabhu, Ramdas Vishwas is a devotee of Lord Ram. Why are you not blessing him or recognizing him? So this is what Mahaprabhu says, right? Within his heart, Ramdas Vishwas was an impersonalist who decided to merge into the existence of the Lord, and he was very proud of his learning. Since Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the omniscient presence of the personality of Godhead, he can understand the heart of everyone, and thus he knew all these things. Verse 4, somebody wants to read? Or maybe I'll look for it.
त्यक्त्वा तूर्णमशेषमण्डलपति श्रेणीं सदा तुच्छभात् भूत्वा दीनगणेशको करुणया कोऽपि न कण्ठाश्रितो गोपी भावरसामृतं विलहरी कल्लोलमग्नो मुहुः वन्दे रूपसनातन रघुयुगो श्रीजीवगोपालको.
Here in this verse, I was going to talk about how they gave up their aristocratic life and they said those are all insignificant for them. So, just very quick, 5 minutes I'll wrap up so that Kirti can sing the whole song. That is a pastime of a Brahmin who went to Lord Shiva to say, I want to get my daughter married, so I want some wealth. Right? Shiva said, okay, now let me send you to Sanatana Goswami. So go to Sanatana Goswami, he's in Vrindavan. So he goes to Sanatana Goswami and he says, I need wealth, I need money and jewelries and so forth. So Sanatana Goswami says, okay, in this trash or somewhere you can dig in and you can get a touchstone. Using a touchstone, whatever you touch, it will turn into gold. So the Brahmin said, okay, he found after going through the layers of trash, he found that touchstone and then he was so happy that, oh, now I'm going to be much more richer and wealthier. And then he suddenly thought, if he has kept this valuable stone in the trash, maybe he has something much more valuable than that. So he goes back to Sanatana Goswami and then Sanatana Goswami says, now why are you here? I already gave you what you wanted. No, I think you have something much more valuable than this. Can you give me that? Okay, so if you want to get that, first take the stone and throw it in Yamuna and come back. So the Brahmin does that, and then when he comes back, Goswami gives him the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Right? So that's one pastime where Goswamis, they really didn't value the material things as the ones that gives the happiness or things like that. But their focus was to in devotion service. So again, due to lack of time, I don't want to go into the details of the past life of Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami. So they all came from aristocratic families. They gave up everything and they joined Mahaprabhu for the mission. So anyway, in the future sessions, I'll be talking about these Goswamis. We'll go deeper into those. Verse 5, somebody wants to sing quickly.
Kokilahamsasarasagana kirne mayurakule Nana Ratna Nivardamula Vitapa Shri Yukta Vrindavane Radha Krishna Mahanisham Prabhajato Jivarthadovyo Muda Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyuga Shri Jiva Gopalaka.
So in this verse, the things that I was focusing on the land of Vrindavan and then the goal of life. So goal of life is basically you purify yourself to attain love of Krishna, the prema bhakti. Okay? So that's why I said it's a progressive journey in our spiritual life. Again, also the land of Vrindavan, when you go there, you really, like if you go and see Radha Kund and Shyam Kund today, you're not seeing all the pastimes that's happening even now. But your vision gets purified as you go through this spiritual cycle. 6 is Sankhya
Purvakanamagana Natihi Kalavasani Krito Nidrahara Viharakadi Vijito Chatyanta Dino Chayo Radha Krishna Gunasmite Madhurima Anandena Sammohito Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyuga Shri Jiva Gopalaka.
So, I'll spend 2 minutes on this verse. So before I got initiated, right, like generally when somebody comes into the movement for the first time, they start challenging about why is there so much insistence on numbers? Like 108, chanting, 16 rounds, and you have to do this sadhanas for regulative principles. This means like you start focusing on numbers, right? But if you see the Goswamis, right, Raghunath Das Goswami, he takes 3 times bath daily in Radhakund. He has 3 hours of discourse of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because he served Mahaprabhu for the longest, for 16 years in Jagannath Puri. And then he chants 100,000 holy names every day. He offers obeisance to 2,000 Vaishnavas, and he survived on few drops of buttermilk every day. Same thing with Sanatana Goswami. Even at the age of 65, he would do Govardhan Parikrama every day, which is 24 miles. He would walk. And then he would offer 1,008 obeisances to Govardhan Hill and any Vaishnava he sees on the road, right? So when they themselves have focused on keeping a number and a schedule, who are we, right? Like we have all these convenience, opulence and everything with us, and then we are like, okay, we are questioning, I don't want to do this counts, I don't want to do this sadhana, I don't want to follow a particular schedule in my life and all that, right? So just some example there. If you really wanted to improve your performance, or if you want to improve your sadhanas and things like that, you need to start measuring it, right? Performance measured is equal to performance improved. And we also debate on chanting quality and quantity, right? In the beginning days, we will say, oh, I cannot sit and chant 16 rounds. I want to chant 2 quality rounds. Not possible, right? You would have, after the end of 2 rounds, you would like still same lack of quality in there. You would be thinking, focusing on, I want to chant quality rounds, but you would have not focused on the names, right? So if you noticed in one round of 108, you would have remembered 10, 15, 20 beats. Rest of them, your minds are wandering. So even if you are done with 16 rounds, you have actually not chanted 16 rounds. So you have to chant 64 rounds to actually get 16 rounds, right? So it's basically the debate between quantity and quality. Both are important. The more quantity you would do, you will have more quality of rounds as well. And you can maintain a sadhana chart as well. Radha Kunda Kate Kalinda Tanaya
Tire Chavamshi Vate Premo Madhava Sada Shesha Dashaya Grasto Brahmato Sada Gayanto Chavadare Gunavaram Bhava Vibhuto Muda Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyuga Shri Jiva Gopalaka.
Okay. I had to talk about these 2 pastimes of Raghunath Das Goswami. By this, I would have covered at least one example from each Goswamis. Here in this picture, you would see Raghunath Das Goswami is immersed in the holy name of chanting, and it was so hot. So Radharani is coming and covering and protecting him from the heat sun, right? And then the second one in the picture, where he is again performing more focused and absorbed in the holy name. There are 2 tigers also drinking water, and you can see in the behind Krishna himself is coming and watching, right? These 2 instances, Sanatana Goswami has seen this, and then he goes to talk to Raghunath Goswami and said, no, you need to have a bhajan kutir now, and this is not safe. So it's basically they get lost in performing this devotional service in Vrindavan. Last one. He Radhe Braja Devi Ke Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kuta
Shri Govardhana Kalpa Pada Patale Kalindi Kuta Goshanta Viti Sarvato Vrajapure Kede Mahavishwaro Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyuga Shri Jiva Gopalaka.
Okay, so just a summary. I want to reiterate, right? If you go through the circle, this is you will realize that it is a progressive thing. Each time you take the step, you are getting better, and you just need to follow the footsteps of Goswamis. That will help us to get better in executing Krishna consciousness. So if you read the Sat Goswami Ashtakam, you will get the essence of Krishna consciousness. So that's why this is very, very important verse. So we are actually running out of time. So I'll ask Kirti to sing the full song. So she has practiced a couple of times, so if you all want to sing along, that'll be good as well. Thank you. You're not carrying that, but you can sing that, right?
Yeah. You want to come here or sing there?
Just sing here on this.
Yeah, sing here. I can bring that. Somebody. Will you get that?
Baba